and welcome back to another episode of Creative Writing Advice with me, JJ Bonds. If you don't know me, I'm the author of How to Write a Story, which is out now on Amazon. It's in Kindle, paperback, Kindle Unlimited, and it'll take you from the beginning of your story all the way through to the end. My goal is to make you feel confident and inspired to tell your story. So today what I'm going to be talking to you about is not dawdling with your story. Get there faster, because you've got to keep your audience's attention, right? You want to keep them focused. You don't want them thinking, oh, I can just turn this off or I can put my book down. You want them to want to read it. You want them to want to experience it, because if they're feeling like, oh gosh, I can't, this is taking ages, this is just, right? Why are they going to come back? Why are they going to buy another book? Why are they even going to finish that book? Why are they going to finish your film? So getting there faster is a real, it's important, and I am going to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I'm going to do this with a margin of trepidation because I know that the Snyder fans are incredibly loyal, and there is a lot of good qualities in that film, and I spent 4 hours, 4 hours watching it, and one of the main key points that I had is my takeout from that film. It wasn't how stunning the visuals were, it wasn't the characterization, the development of Cyborg, which were all great, positive, beautiful film in so many ways. My main takeaway from that film was get there faster. Because when you stop telling your story to make someone watch a slow motion football game, there is no point at all to it, and it is tedious. And it got to the point with that film where every slow motion moment I was like, again, because I wanted to see a story. And you risk doing this, and this is something that people do in stories sometimes, where they will take ages and ages describing something that isn't that important. They could be talking about just the light in the trees and how it looks and how it glows and the colour of the leaves, and you end up just like, that's not why I'm here. I'm here for a story. I'm here to be entertained. Just tell me what's going to happen next. Tell me. And you can take time. You can take time to talk about the colour of the leaves and the glowing of the light. And sometimes it's lovely to see some poetic, some beautiful description, some really elegant use of language in a story, or in a visual story, something slow motion that just happens to look stunning, and you want to take a moment, freeze, and be like, look at this beautiful moment. And it can work incredibly well, and it can really enhance your story if you can do that skillfully. Get there faster, not dawdling. It means don't do it all the time, because that's not what you've told your audience, that you are going to be telling them a story. They want to know what happens. They want to be entertained. They want to see what happens next. They want to keep moving, go forward, find out what's next, find out what's coming. And if you take time away from your plot to linger on something that is completely irrelevant to the story you're telling, why? It's so frustrating as an audience person when a writer or a filmmaker just stops telling their story to linger on something that they think is interesting and they think is beautiful, without any regard for the fact that their audience has showed up for the story that they told them they were going to be telling. So limit the amount of time you do that. And as I say, you can do it. And I can enjoy, I'm not a complete Philistine. I can enjoy when someone hangs on something beautiful and really talks about it, shows it, not tells it, like shows how the character feels in response to the light on those trees, feels in response to seeing a snowflake fall. Like, you can linger on a moment. You just can't litter your story with so many moments that the moments become the focus, not the story. Because that was my main takeout of Justice League. I enjoyed the development of the cyborg character. I was like, right, I understand who he is now, get it, great. I enjoyed watching the story unfold. There was a lot of action, there was a lot of stuff going on, but I didn't feel that as my guttural response to that story. My only big, massive takeout when that film ended was, oh my god, thank god it's over. And that's not what you want. That's not what you want to have in your audience's response. You don't want them glad it's finally over. You don't want them like, I'm sticking with this. I said I'd watch it. I want to see it. I want to read it. I'm sticking with it. I want to have done it. You want people to be like, oh my god, that story, the characters, the everything that was going on, the romance, the action, it was exciting, or it was tragic, or it was passionate. You want your audience to come out with an emotional response about your story, not frustration about how long it took you to tell it. And this kind of comes in, I guess, with the always leave them wanting more thing. Because if you end your story so long after your audience wants it to end, they don't want more. They aren't thinking, oh god, I can't believe it's over already. They're thinking, oh lord, thank god it's over. When your story ends, you want them to have a little part of them that is like, oh, I can't believe I have to leave this world already. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You get to the end of a good book and you're like, oh, I'm not ready to leave this world. I'm not ready to say goodbye to these characters. I'm not ready to stop being in this incredible story. And that is such a much more positive response to have than, oh, God, end already. So what you need to do is, if you are drawn to this style of storytelling, which does pause and slow and linger on moments, just really be brutal with yourself. Do you need that? Do you? It's the kill your darlings thing. You know, you have to look at your finished manuscript and just be kind of brutal with yourself. Kill those beautiful words that you love and that you're proud of. Just cut them out, because they are not doing anything good for your story. And the problem is, if you put so many of them in that they just overwhelm the story, people won't appreciate it. Whereas if you don't, if you only put them in occasionally, if you really keep your story moving and just occasionally slow down to take a focus, when you do slow down, people will notice, they will pay attention, they will think about what you're doing, they'll think about what you're writing, what you're talking about, the moment that you're trying to build, the language you use, the poetry, the imagery. They will think about it as they read it. It will become part of them. They'll love it because you're not overwhelming them with it. If it's all the time and it is constantly stopping the story to do nothing, just look at something beautiful or moving or sad, just stare at it for however many pages of writing or seconds on the screen, when nothing is happening except looking at a thing, they are going to not enjoy the moments you do that anymore. And you'll lose the impact of that beautifully crafted poetic language that you've been working on. So get there faster. Tell your story. Make your story the point. Make the story the focus of what you're doing, not just doing nothing. Because your story is why people have shown up. Your story is what they care about. Start with your protagonist. Give them a goal, something they want. Send them after it. Throw obstacles in their way. Build to a climax where they either get it or don't. Bam. That is your focus. That is your story. That is what people have shown up to see or read. And then just decorate it with a little frosting of beautiful moments, so that they can be appreciated and you're not really irritating everybody who's like, oh my god, just tell me a story and stop this. I hope that is emphatic enough. I'm sure there are going to be people who disagree with this, because some people do. As I say, Snyder has an army of fans, and I can understand why, because his shots are stunning. His characters are developed. You've not got a bad film there. It's just you've got a lot of moments between the film that are incredibly frustrating. So if you disagree with me and hate me, it's fine. Like, as I say, I know that there's a loyal Snyder like army behind him who love it, so you can just shout at me, it's alright, I don't mind. But if you agree with me, focus on how to get your story moving. Don't dawdle over things that aren't plot relevant, because they're just annoying, and don't do anything for your story and alienate a lot of people. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. You can subscribe to this channel. I put out a video every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. You can go to my website, which is jjbarnes.co.uk, and over there you'll find links to all my books, my writing advice blog, all my social media, so you can come and chat to me, or you can drop a comment on here and tell me what you think. And I will be back again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.